We are well off the river house property and up along the bank where the mining company, straight up onto Forest Service ground. Oh, maybe from, oh no, there's that clump of larches. So river house ground maybe starts in that clump of firs and that one big ponderosa, and then it's Forest Service up through here, and they had mined that strip right down in there. And I was talked into doing the Spartan again, so I'm old and fat, so I had a few minutes for prom and I just hopped up to climb the mountain because I know that's what we're going to be at the Big Fork Spartan. But this is a pretty interesting bit of ground right through here, because during Glacial Lake Missoula, as the water came down off of, well, it come down off Camas Prairie, which is on the backside of that. Salish Kootenai land starts, about halfway up that hillside right there. But as the water drained out of the prairies and whatnot and came pouring through here, it actually scrubbed this ground completely barren, ripped everything up, and here we are so many thousands of years later, and it's just barely got a crop of moss and trees. And so as this water came pouring over the top, it broke off all of the rock heading in this direction, which is leaving it with these very distinctive Glacial Lake Missoula rock ridges where it just ripped it free and ripped it free and ripped it free. And then it sort of scoured along the edge of that bank. Granted, the scree slope has come down and kind of blocked that, but it had just torn everything through here. To help orient yourself, the river house is straight that way. That's where the big waterfall is, and so this would have been that material that came off of here. And just look at them, boom, 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 boom. Just on the other side of that knoll, pour down into the flathead. And the flathead, I mean, you can see the ground. You can see it's got shallow sandbars right over there. The flathead is scoured out. According to the old timers that talked to the original Highway 200 road geologists, some 70, 80 feet right there, which is, I think, partially why the pike fishing is so good in through that location. And that was the water that came down and out the bottom of that waterfall, and it just blasted out a pool over there. Folks have asked me if I've ever tried panning up here. The answer is no. The Clark Fork, which joins the Flathead at the base of that mountain over there, Clark Fork has a number of mining operations in it. More or less right over this hill is Hot Springs. Then you've got the Iron Mountain Trail. There's a couple of small trace metal mines up in that area. But there is just nothing up here except building stone, which is what this mine was. There's just nothing that I'm aware of along the Flathead, going all the way up through Flathead Lake into Glacier National Park. There's nothing I'm aware of up here at all. So no, I've never actually tried panning up here. I suppose you'd have to crawl these hoodoos and ridges and maybe look for gravel deposits down on the other side. But yeah, it's just kind of fascinating when you get up on top. I mean, you can just literally see where it just scoured it clean. This would have been a slick, barren chunk of slimy rock up here when Glacial Lake Missoula was done draining. It went out that way, it made a corner, roared out through into Idaho. But I don't know, I just thought it was a cool little geographic feature, and Pretty epic cliff. And it's fun looking down on eagles.